that we're filming today, and I'm wearing the same outfit Nikki has.
I brought changes of clothes. I brought my bling with me. So.
Anyway, but I've gotten progressively more intoxicated, so this one should be more interesting.
Yes, hopefully it will be. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Okay.
To bioidentical hormones. That's what we're talking about.
So I'm going to be very upfront with you guys. We've talked about perimenopause before, and perimenopause is very misunderstood. Nikki's in full-on menopause because she's much older.
Shell.
She's much older than me.
Thank you, Shell. Yes.
Nikki, I'm just putting it out there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm much older.
So
3 years. 3 years, people.
I went 4 months without a period, and I started having raging hot flashes every night, and I was really miserable and not outwardly depressed, but I didn't find any joy in anything. Now, we live in Canada, it was winter, so I mean there is a bit of that, but I finally made an appointment to go to the bioidentical doctor, and the week the same one that Nikki goes to, the week before we went, I got my period. I'm like,
it's a sign.
Anyway, so I go, and she's put me on a progesterone cream. She hasn't put me on estrogen or testosterone yet because she feels that she wants to sort of move into that area a little more slowly. And because I just had a period, she wasn't sure where my actual levels were. But my blood work certainly looks like I'm in menopause. So the progesterone cream is a bioidentical, very low dose, made for me by a pharmacist. I put it on my arm, and at first I started putting it on in the morning, and I felt good during the day, but then I was still having hot flashes at night. So then I realized, oh, wait a minute, this is supposed to help me sleep. Why don't I put it on at night?
Yeah, I take my progesterone at night too.
So I put it on at night, and I'm sleeping much better. I'm even feeling like a little amorous, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
Are you allowed to wink? Or not allowed? Can you wink?
Can I wink? No, I am allowed, but I can't.
So I think it's doing its job. I do think I need estrogen though. That would take me to the next level. But we're going away in a couple weeks. We're going to Vegas. Stay tuned. We're gonna
we're going to vlog.
We're gonna vlog
Yes,
from the Grand Canyon.
We're gonna vlog from everywhere.
And so I don't want to try anything new until that point.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm supposed to stop the progesterone cream at the end of this month. So while I'm away in Vegas for 6 days.
Why are you supposed to stop?
Because she said stop for 6 days.
Oh, to see if your period will come back.
So I'll probably get to Vegas and get my period.
That sucks. Can't you call her and ask her if you could postpone that for a week?
Well, I don't know. I think it'll just come anyway. But anyway, so hopefully I don't get a period. I haven't actually told my husband this. Should we even be talking about this? You guys, we're all adults, okay? I hope we're all adults. But I wanted to update you on this whole thing because I went to my family doctor and I said, these are my symptoms. I'm miserable, I'm forgetful, I'm having a hard time sleeping, I'm tired all the time because I'm not sleeping at night, I'm having hot flashes. And she said, well, you're quite young. And I said, I know, but I haven't had a period in 4 months. And she said, well, I could put you on birth control pills. And I was like, I don't want to go on birth control pills. Ooh. And she goes, well, there's other medication, but not till you're 50 can we start. And I'm like, there was nothing.
So there
was nothing for me, and that's the problem.
So here's the thing, okay? And this is sad because bioidentical does not get any attention from doctors at all. Why? Because it's a natural product that
pharmaceutical companies can't patent it.
Right. So that's why doctors have no idea anything about it. There's no testing done. Well, there is, but not as much as synthetic hormones. So it's not your doctor's fault. They don't know.
They don't know.
So their first thing to do with a woman who's going through menopause is to put you on a synthetic hormone. So when they say, oh, we'll put you on a hormone, first thing you should do as a woman who's done her homework is ask, is this a synthetic hormone? In other words, is it made like Premera or Premarin, and is it horse's urine? Because if it's horse's urine it is not the same hormone in your body. It has to change and adapt to your body. It's not naturally reflecting what your body's already doing. Whereas bioidentical is identical to your body's hormones.
So it's important to note that we're not doctors.
No.
We're just telling you our experience, and I'm working my way through this. Niki has done a lot more reading than
I've done a lot of research, but I would say don't listen to us. Do your own research.
Right.
But understand that bioidentical hormones in the medical field have a bad rap because there's not enough known about them.
Right.
And there's no money to be made off of them.
Right. It's a financially driven
Right. So you
thing.
have to understand as a woman, do your research.
Right.
But I would say personally, my opinion is you should never be on a synthetic hormone. It's all the studies that have been done on synthetic hormones show breast cancer, show negative effects from being on these hormones, and they're documented. So look them up. The pill is a random dose of these same synthetic hormones that are not reflective of what your body needs. They're just thrown at you.
Like if you're on the birth control pill for contraceptive reasons for a few years when you're young, I mean, I don't think, it's not great, but I'm okay with that. But at my age now, I don't want
I'll
to be
tell
on-
you, if I had it to do all over again, and as soon as I did the research that I did, I got my girls who are in their 20s off of birth control. So hopefully I'm not a grandmother
Oh.
anytime soon. But
I'm not ready for that.
Here's the thing, they have apps that
They have apps?
No, they do. There's apps that regulates your cycle. There's all kinds of tests that you can do to tell you when you're, it's not like in our day, Shell, where we were randomly looking at a
Yeah, but
calendar.
you can't put your phone in your vagina and say, "Am I
No, but they're
fertile
pretty.
right
They're
now?"
pretty accurate. They're pretty accurate, and temperatures, things where you take a temperature and stuff like that. Anyway, what I'm saying to you is natural is a better way to go than anything synthetic in your body, just like anything else. But do your research, ladies. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think if this was a man's problem, we would have so much more studies done.
I actually started crying in my doctor's office because I felt so helpless. I felt like I was presenting with this problem, which was affecting all aspects of my life. It was affecting my relationship with my husband, my work, my children. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't feeling well.
Suzanne Summers has done, and this isn't sponsored by her or anything like that, but she's paved the way in many ways for women with bioidentical. And people laugh because, oh, it's Suzanne Summers, what does she know? Well, let me tell you.
She actually knows a fair
She
bit.
knows a lot, and she hasn't written the book. She's interviewed medical professionals in the field that know what they're talking about. So read the book. The Sexy Years and Ageless are two of my favorite books on bioidentical hormones. And do your own research, ladies, because you know what? No one's going to do it for you.
And this is a bit of a public service announcement. We're going to talk about a couple of things now too, to do with health. One thing that my doctor told me is to cut back on alcohol.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm not doing that today. She didn't say every day. She just said
Cut back. More than one drink a day is...
Literally, I went 6 days this week without a single drink.
Nice.
Give me 5.
That's amazing.
So of course now this one glass of wine is hitting me hard. My doctor said one drink per 24-hour period is what a woman should have
for their liver
or less.
Yeah.
You shouldn't binge drink, which is more than one, because it's bad for your liver. I tend to not drink during the week and have a few on the weekend. I need to cut down that few on the weekend to maybe 2 max, or 2. We'll have to figure it out. I'm working on it. I am feeling much better. What else was I going to say? Oh, we were going to talk about it's tick season.
Yes. So yeah, this is completely off the chart, different story, but not really, because we talk about feeling good and good health and things like that. It is tick season, everyone, and ticks. The reason this is so passionate to me is my daughter Jessie V. She suffers from Lyme disease, and one bite on a hike one day changed her whole life, and she is still, even after intensive treatment, still suffering every day. So what I want to say to everybody is It doesn't matter if you're not a hiker. It doesn't matter if you're not in long grass and, you know, doing things outside in woods and that. You can get bitten by a tick in your backyard because birds are the biggest, one of the biggest carriers of ticks. They are loaded down with ticks and they fly in your backyard. They fly. If you've got feeders and things like that, you have ticks in your backyard. So don't think because you're not in the woods that you don't have them. You definitely, what are you doing?
So when you're out, if you're gardening, you have to be very careful to cover up your feet.
Yes.
See?
Socks.
Cover up your feet.
Rolled up over your feet.
Over your pants. Do you feel this? I shaved today.
That's very nice.
Isn't that nice?
See this? This is bare skin. And bare skin and ticks do not get along. If
not bare skin like B-A-A-R. It's bare.
If you're outside and you're in a wooded area or you're in long grass, please pull your socks up over your
Don't worry
pants.
about what it looks like. No. Trust me.
Wear light colored clothing because then you can see ticks very easily. And when you get in from outside, take everything off. If you're not going to wash it right away, throw it in the dryer for 10 minutes. It will kill anything that's on there. And have a shower. If you're gardening or you're going on a hike or you're doing anything, when you get inside, go in that shower and let hot water just the strongest you can just pour all over you and get rid of anything on you. I feel like
this should be its own video.
For sure.
Be careful of ticks. Protect your legs and your toesies.
Yes. Legs and toes.
Legs and toes.
And feet.
And feet.
Feet. Very important. Yes. Cheers and have a great summer.
Take care.